You be the first one. I'm sure let him do me too.
What did you learn from your mother?
My mother taught me patience because she had no patience. So when you see someone that has no patience, you're saying to yourself, that I need patience.
From my mother, I learned that it's really important to keep your hair looking good.
My mother taught me to always help others, and she's a nurse and I'm a nurse, and I think because of the way I was brought up with that, we're called to service, and that when we have more is expected of us.
Well, what my mother taught me, she was a very gracious, loving woman. She taught me that you always feed other people. You invite them to your table. You always have food in your freezer to give to anyone who's sick. And you always think of other people first. And that's probably the main thing she taught me. She also taught me to fight for justice and for equality for all people.
My mother taught me many things. In fact, too many to remember. I think most of the important things that she taught me, number one is kindness, to love people, and to just generally be a good person. Because I was always taught that if you show kindness to others, all these good things come back to you eventually.
I learned from my mother and my grandmother the love of the Blessed Mother, because they always seemed to me so like her, loving, kind, prayerful, sweet, and they are the people who I still try to be.
Father Stein, what have you learned from your mother?
One of the things that I remember mostly was that during a beach vacation down at North Carolina Beach, I asked my mother to show me how to bake bread. So I learned how to bake bread from scratch. And everybody else was intimidated because this priest could break bread and they couldn't.
What have you learned from your mother?
I'm the firstborn of 9 children. My mother and I have something in common that none of the others have. We didn't sleep very much. We got up early in the morning, went to bed late at night, and we talked. We talked a lot. I think that probably I'm a teacher because of my mother's teaching. My mother teaching me so many things.
What have you learned from your mother?
I've learned, she has taught me how to be strong through difficult times.
What have you learned from your mother?
I've learned to respect others.
I've learned from my mother to respect people and treat others how you want to be treated.
I learned from my mom that it is always nice to have manners and to respect people.
I've learned from my mother to treat others with respect.
What have you learned from your mother?
I learned from my mother to be kind to people. I've learned from my mother to respect people.
She taught me to be nice and love God.
She taught me to be respectful and to love God.
What has your mother taught you?
To be kind and stay strong no matter what.
My mother has taught me to be a nice person.
What has your mother taught you?
To pray always and to be kind.
My mother has taught me to be respectful to everyone, and especially adults.
What has your mother taught you?
Be polite, show respect, believe in God, and mind your manners. My mother has taught me to help others.
What has your mother taught you?
To believe in God and be respectful.
She's taught me to be grateful for what you have. My mom taught me to be nice.
She's taught me that it's okay to be different and to respect people.
What has your mother taught you?
My mom has taught me manners.
What has your mother taught you?
To be honest.
My mother has taught me to respect others.
What has your mother taught you?
To love God.
What has your mother taught you?
My mother has taught me to always have faith in God.
I think one of the most important things that my mother taught me was the difference between right and wrong.
What has your mother taught you?
My mom taught me all about putting your family first and putting everybody else before yourself and your own needs. Hi, Mom!
What have you learned from your mother?
Everything.